Hello guys, welcome back to another Ready or Not video. In this video, I'm going to show you guys the new home invasion update, graphics, and settings that just came out. But before we go into the video, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and like for more videos like this. So let's get to it. Alright, the first thing that we need to do in our desktop is simply open up the Windows search bar and type in graphics settings, open, and then this thing should pop up for you to browse your game.exe version. So obviously you're gonna have to go to your game directly path folder for your game, and then when you find it, just select the .exe version of the game and add it here. As soon as it's added, if you select it and hit the options, these options are going to pop up for you. So obviously we're going to click the high performance option for your GPU on this game. This is going to give you a bit boost and a bit better performance on the game, no lags and stuff like that. Alright, now when we are in the game, we're gonna go ahead into our options, the settings, whatever you want to call it, gameplay section. Obviously we have text language, you can change it to whatever language you prefer for the game. Mouse sensitivity, change it to whatever you want, whatever D-pad you have, just adjust it to your mouse sensitivity in game as well. The only thing I would mention about free look sensitivity is that make sure to bring it a bit up as well, which it helps you a lot. Really good. Actually, you can be aware of your surroundings even more and also have that a bit of sensitivity to look a bit faster than just rather going very slowly and stuff like that. So it's a really cool option. It's really good to just keep you aware of your surroundings. Invert mouse, I have these both disabled. ADS zoom enabled. NVG screen effect, you can obviously change it to whatever you want, but I prefer white phosphor, which I think it's the best for me at least. Item selection style, I recommend putting this on Yo. What this does is basically when you want to use either of your equipments, as you can see I'm holding down number 3, but if I use my mouse scroll as well, it's gonna open up the equipment menu for me, so I could select and see what specific equipment I want right now and just equip it very quickly. Same thing goes for number 4, taser, C2s, pick locks and stuff like that. It's really good to have this feature as well, really quick access for it as well. We're gonna go back here for shotgun reload method, all shells, low ready style. Obviously I would recommend high ready since this game is a police game and you're mostly interior and you're in a close environment. Obviously you don't want to have your muzzle low ready and not be able to go behind your buddies and stuff and have the gun in their asses and stuff. So obviously I would suggest keeping it on high so you could have it behind their shoulder and stuff like that and have that muzzle discipline as well. For the rest of these commands, these are for commander mode only and stuff, but obviously you can change it to whatever you want to. These are the default commands that you can change and have by the startup. You can obviously change it to whatever you want to, but by default it's going to be like that. Score display, I have it on all scores. Show FPS, I have it enabled. For the rest of these stuff, I have it on disabled because of the video, but mostly I keep on for the compass, player names, and chat and stuff like that, obviously. But if you don't want some of them, you can disable them. Replays, record replays, I have this disabled. Server side checksum, this is for when you want to play with your friends that have mod or your friends want to play with your game and stuff like that, with mods and stuff like that. So obviously you can have this disabled so they could join on your game and not requiring for them to install the same mods as you. So this is really cool feature as well. For graphics section, now we are in the graphics section. For basic graphics options, we have graphics preset. Obviously you can change this to whatever you want to, high, medium, whatever and stuff like that. It's gonna automatically change to that setting that you want. Screen mode, full screen, obviously the best option for you. Resolution, the highest one you have for your monitor. Resolution scale, I keep it on 100%. If you go higher or lower, it's going to have impact on your graphical visual and stuff like that. Field of view, I would suggest keeping it on above 100, at least on 110 or below 115. Otherwise, if you have it on 120 or below 100, it's going to look very weird and you're not going to be able to use your free look that much. So me personally, I have it on 110. UI scale 100%. Interface feel up to 1 view mode, full screen, up to 1 FPS limit. I'm not sure what these settings do, but I mostly have it disabled or by default. Helmet camera, this is new, we didn't have this before. I think it's gonna cap your FPS limit on that camera view when you have friends in the game and you want to see their point of view. Obviously you can have this disabled to have the maximum FPS, but if you want to have a cap FPS on that setting, then you can turn it on and then put the whatever FPS limit you want for that. Advanced graphics options, we have now these options to go through, which is really important, and most of you want to watch this video because of this. The settings I have right now currently, it's the personal setting I'm using, but if you want it, you can copy it from me and see how it is for you and for your PC performance and see how it goes. But if not, this is for you then, because I'm gonna say the optimized settings for your game to have with the graphic settings. So the first thing, obviously, we're gonna go low. Some of you are gonna say, no, low is shit and it's gonna look very bad and stuff. But as you can see, for me, it's not at least looking too bad. So I would say texture quality is just taking your performance away. So I'm gonna go low with this. You guys can try it as well. Shadow quality, I have it on medium. Post-process quality, high. Anti-aliasing, high. But if you want, you can also go medium, which is also fine. VFX quality, I have it on medium. Ambient occlusion, I have it on high. But again, if you want to, you can go medium or stick with high, like I have. Reflection quality, keep it either medium or low if you don't want reflection in your game. For example, as you can see, the ceramic ground floor, as you can see, you can see a bit of the reflection of the door, the guy standing there and stuff. But if you want to keep that low to have the minimum performance and stuff, then obviously you can turn it a bit down. But I have it on medium, so it's not really important. View distance, I would suggest keeping this on only high and not changing it any further. It has impact. I mean, it says it has a little impact on your game, but to be honest, for me, it didn't have a little impact. It had a medium impact on it. So we're gonna keep this high. The settings that I told you right now, by changing to low and anti-aliasing for medium, ambient occlusion medium or high if you want to, these settings are optimized. But personally, I have this, and last time what I had was mostly epic and high, but you can try out for yourself, see what works for you. Frame limit disabled, motion blur disabled, VSync enabled, since I don't want that much of FPS running on the game and have a cap on the FPS, I have this enabled. Bounce slide enabled, pre-object shadows enabled, enable world decals. I'm not sure what this does, but still by default I have it enabled. Distance 99%, AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution 3. I'm guessing this is only for AMD GPU users only, but if you have this, you can mess around a bit with this. But me personally, since I tried it myself, it's not gonna look good, to be honest. It's gonna look out of place. The edges of objects and stuff are gonna be a bit like chunky and yeah, not looking very good. But you can mess around with it, see what works for you. NVIDIA DLS, I have this on off. Obviously, I don't have NVIDIA graphics card, and so obviously these options are not going to work for me either way. Just have that linked all the time. But if you keep it on hold, obviously you have to keep holding it, hold down ADS and stuff like that. It's going to be a hassle for you. The next thing I would suggest is the freeing as well. If it's bothering you on the left alt and stuff like that, you can change it to whatever. I change it to right alt since I'm using my left alt to something else. But yeah, the next thing for free look, by default it should be on caps lock, but I changed it to my tab button, which was also equipped on the open/closed tablet. Uh, this was for tab, and then the free look obviously was on caps lock, so I changed it to tab, and then I changed this keybind to I don't know what you call this, but basically next to the number 1 above your WQ and stuff. Mostly it's because I'm comfortable with this in most games to free look and hold it down, look around, see what's happening and stuff like that in most tactical games. So I'm keeping them then. But if you're wanting to change it to something else, I would really recommend this to change it into something else if you are not comfortable with it. For equipment, like I said before, the important thing here is only the tablet. The rest you can change if you want to, but it's not really necessary. The most important is tablet. You can change it to whatever, but I changed it to this one, which it's not bind to any other controls at all, so it was free for me to use it. Next section, we have interaction, which is also important. The important options we have here, for me at least, is the toggle secondary sight and canted sight, which, like I said, because of the free lean, I changed it to left alt and made the free lean to my right alt, so it's not in the way of me putting this keybind. And for secondary sight, obviously I changed it from O or P, I think, to left control as well. Really quick to access. I don't have to move across all the way to the other side of my keyboard to use my canted sight and stuff like that. But what I mean by the canted sight, most of you already know, but if I obviously press control, it's going to look like this, point blank type of thing. If I press it again, it's going to go into ADS, and if I use my left alt, which I had for canted sight, it's going to go canted like this. If you're using large scopes, or if you're using RMR on the side, or laser and stuff, it's really good to use and access this as well for most people that like to go canted. But yeah, that was the most important controls that I had to mention. Accessibility, vision deficiency, obviously this is for people that have colorblind or are colorblind, then obviously you can change this to whatever you prefer. The strength of it as well, it's the same for that setting. Highlight weapons, I really recommend this if you're looking into completing the missions with the perfect score, or you're trying to do a S tier and stuff like that, and you want all the evidences to show up for you, and make it easier for those evidences in the dark space corners and stuff like that, then obviously this is going to highlight it for more visibility for the evidences and stuff. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know what you guys think about the new update. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. See you guys in the next video.